Welcome to Judgment Enforcement News.
I'm talking with Joe Dickerson, CEO of Financial Forensic Services. Joe's been in the financial forensics business for more than 45 years. He is providing some insight today into ways to be more successful at collecting civil judgments. Research indicates, Joe, that 80% of all civil judgments awarded in the U.S. are never paid. What do you attribute that high rate of uncollected judgments?
Well, actually, there's a couple of reasons. First, the judgment debtor may have no assets. If they're broke, they've got judgments against them, they've got tax liens, their businesses are gone, there's no hope of collecting from them, then the sooner we can document that to our satisfaction and get the client out and let them not waste time, effort, and heartache in pursuing someone they'll never collect from, the better it is for the client.
It certainly makes sense to find out whether your opponent has the funds to pay before you spend thousands of dollars just to win the case and find out that the opponent has no money to pay you.
That's true. And if they don't have, after you've won the case, sometimes it's better to just wait and let them get comfortable, let them think that you've forgot about them, because the judgments in Colorado are good for 20 years. Some states are good for 7 years. So if you don't put a lot of pressure on them, give them some time to get comfortable, go on with their business, then we like to kind of lay back like the old anteater and every once in a while just reach up and grab a bank account or a yacht or an airplane or some new business that they've taken and let it go away for a while and come back and do it again.
So you said that there's a couple of major reasons why 80% of judgments are uncollected. You say that one of the first reasons is that victims will often file the lawsuit prematurely before they find out that their opponent doesn't have the ability to pay. What's the other major reason?
Well, when you go to court, again, most citizens believe that when their case is presented and they win, that the court's going to make them pay the judgment. That's not true. The court merely awards a judgment and gives you a piece of paper that says you're entitled to recover $5 million or whatever the amount may be. That's half the job. I think it's perhaps the easy half of the job, because then you have to locate, document, and start recovering those assets, and that takes a team. A team made up of forensic research people and competent, trained attorneys.
So how did you assemble that team?
Well, Stephanie Archer Dickerson was a banker. She was my banker. She was an officer of a small chain of community banks. She was the operations manager there and was assigned to the Bank Fraud Task Force. I asked her to join our firm back in 1998, and she is now my partner, chief operating officer of the company, and 8 years ago we got married. So she heads our research department and oversees all the day-to-day operations. Carr Conway spent 30 years with the Internal Revenue Service and the Securities and Exchange Commission, has been with us for over 12 years, and he headed our part of the Enron case. He does a lot of expert witness work. We have a team of senior asset analysts. We have a former Navy intelligence officer. We have a question document examiner that's an expert on question documents, and computer forensic people that we bring in when we need them. Oftentimes when we, with the attorneys, execute a writ of assistance or a writ of attachment, we, by court order, confiscate the computers. And we need to get in, find out what's been erased, and oftentimes that's where we find the offshore bank accounts and other hidden assets. So with that team and my 48 years experience combined, we offer over 200 years of experience directly affecting this business.
That's impressive. And you've recently added to the team as well.
We have. Financial Forensic Services recently formed a joint venture with the 107-year-old Columbia Law List out of Boca Raton, Florida. It's owned by Robert Pinchuk. Robert's firm has over 1,000 commercial collection attorneys around the United States that specialize in judgment enforcement. He's also affiliated with a similar group in Europe that have commercial enforcement attorneys there that help us. So combined, we offer the full team for both local, national, and international judgment enforcement. The name of our new joint venture is Judicial Forensic Services.
How do you think this addition will affect a client that comes to you for help?
It gives the client the full team of both forensic research and the ability to execute against those assets wherever they may be. You know, I always say winning a judgment is not justice. Collecting a judgment is justice.
Well, thank you, Joe, for sharing your very insightful comments about this topic.
Thank you, Amy.